Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lionheart from Lion Thang Gaming, and today I'm back at you again with another NBA 2K19 video. So if you like the video, you're about to...
On the offensive side, that you don't ever save yourself. You don't save yourself in anything, but I would have to find ways of when I come out of the game, immediate ice stuff, stuff that I could use to try to, get any type of rest. I know Flip was going to use me in 2 or 3 minute segments, so I would probably have 3 to 4 minutes of rest and then have to get right back out. But when I got to Boston, obviously, we had a deeper team, a better team, and Doc Rivers did a great job, I felt like, of listening to me. I was listening to my body, but more importantly, we have offensive scores. I wanted to be more of the head of our defense. I wanted to be the one to be talking. Rondo and I had an immediate chemistry with that. It was something that it was natural between the two of us. And I think everybody else followed. Tibbs threw some schemes on top of some of the stuff that he was able to bring. Doc was open to some of the different ideas, scheme-wise, and the rest is history. Next thing you know, Cleveland is running out stuff. LeBron goes to Miami. Now Miami's running out stuff. Right, next thing you know, Miami beats us with our stuff. It's evolution. Right. It's evolution. It's evolution, man. If I sit here and go through it and you sit back and go and watch it, you're like, holy snap. Wow, it's the same look. They're bringing the guy over, post up. Yeah, so, shout to everybody and us innovating and bringing that defense. And shout to Tibbs, right.
Chalk up 2 there.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
The Timberwolves have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Brown down low, defended by Dellavedova, and it's Brown missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
The shot by Brogdon, no good. Timberwolves trail. Now the feed to Butler. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 6 points for Jimmy Butler.
Well, Jimmy Butler is a gifted offensive player. On that particular instance, a nice interior score.
Kevin, you did the unusual. Your senior year in high school, you transferred not just to another city, but to another state where you were named the high school player of the year across the country. Tell us a bit about the importance of that personally and playing-wise to you.
Well, going to a new place, I wanted to establish myself. In a big city like Chicago, coming from a small place like South Carolina, it was a shock at first. And what I mean by shock, I just never estimated that many good players being in one central area. Chicago has tons of talent that's unheard of, and all I want to do is just have a presence there. And it was a bit of a task, but slowly but surely I gave myself short goals. To be number one is always a goal of mine, but more importantly, to be established, for everybody to know that, this is Kevin Garnett. This is who he is. This is what he's about. And, I used to wear that on my shoulder. I've always took a lot of pride in myself and how I prepare. And I wanted everybody to know in the city of Chicago that I was there.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Timberwolves.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Can't connect from 13 feet out. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And they're moving it up. Here's Butler. It's good. Butler's got 10.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
And Brown over to help. It's stolen by Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Count the basket. And it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Zeller passes to Antetokounmpo. Wants to get it to Dellavedova and does. And they pick up 2. He's got 11.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Brown kicks to Butler. There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The pass to Nunley. In the corner, it's Jang. Just 5 on the clock. Butler. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
That one goes. Count it. Dellavedova's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Before coming to the NBA, I knew I had a lot of growing to do. You know, not just in my game, but who I was as a person as well. Playing in China wasn't the typical path here, but it's exactly what I needed in that time in my life. So there's some great basketball being played over there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that talent come over to the NBA.
And AI was the first to foul this. Milwaukee shooting their third free throw shot of the game. That free throw good from Bledsoe.
You know, when he started out in his career, he was a little bit inconsistent at the free throw line. But now, Bledsoe, not a guy you want to put at the charity stripe.
Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Down low, it's Jang and Towns. And it's Brown in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Kevin, you think about having that killer instinct, that killer mentality. You go against a Kobe Bryant, he would tear your heart out, as you would his.
And you have to understand that we all recognize that about each other. Tim Duncan would be the same. Rasheed Wallace would be the same. I would think of Allen Iverson would be the same. Vince Carter would do the same. These are guys who, Tracy McGrady, Charles Billups, these are all guys who kill O'Neal. These are all guys who don't care. And that's how it should be. And that's the game.
You can't be great unless you are, I don't think, can you?
I think you have to possess that killer instinct.
Like Jordan.
And listen, Michael Jordan was one of the darkest, seriously. Jordan could go into a place where he could go repetitive and he could go on talking to you. And the more he talked, I thought the better he got. And I thought the madder he got, the better he got. And the more upset and the more you didn't trap him, the more he was ticked off that you wasn't. Bro, there's a whole matrix to it. Like, seriously, this game is levels to it. And the ones that understand that have been in that understand what I'm talking about.
There's not a great player that hasn't been.
No, because they understand that moment. When you got there, when you in that moment, you're just riding the wave. You're just going to ride it. Great ones know what I'm talking about.
For Minnesota, they had gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And so he hits the technical free throw.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Shot from the inbound, and Butler with a nice bucket inside. Butler's got 16.
Well, Gorgui Dieng, as a big man, is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Bledsoe against Brown. And shot on the way. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Brown kicks to Zhang. Up top, Brown. Guarded by Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And it's Butler missing. Bucks trail by 8. Inside. And that one's good, Brogdon. He has 6.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
Brown the pass to Towns. Over Zeller. And again, it's Minnesota.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And KG, you know you've got to run, but as always, you've always got a home here. Thanks for stopping by, and please come back.
Man, K-Hall, man, thank you. Thank 2K, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me through here, man. Anytime y'all need the guard, y'all let me know, man.
The best, Kevin Garnett. And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
Brown the pass to Towns and stolen by Zeller. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
The Bucks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Brown kicks to Towns. Over Zeller. That's short off the rim. Bucks trail by 3. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Brown the pass to Towns. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Wiggins against Antetokounmpo. Down low, here's Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Brown against Bledsoe. Brown kicks to Towns. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Second shot opportunity. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Timberwolves lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. Brown is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Rose in for Jeff Teague. Milwaukee also making some changes. Zeller is checked in for Lopez. John Henson comes in for Ilyasova. And Brogdon subbed in for Chris Middleton. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Antetokounmpo. John Henson out there with Tyler Zeller. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Brown drops them both. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Rebound, Milwaukee. Brogdon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. And it's off from three-point range. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Hits the three-point bomb. Butler's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Releases from 15. The rebound by the Bucks.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Tolliver, the pass to Rose. Drops in the layup for 2. Rose has got 5 points so far.
Well, that's about effort, carving space for the interior look. And one attribute we'll always talk about with Rose is the heart that he plays with.
Henson dishes to Antetokounmpo. Henson with the screen. Bledsoe for three. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 14. He kicks it to Brown. Zeller against Jang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brown. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Bledsoe. That one no good. Nice D from Rose. Brown the pass to Butler. And no good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
You know, both teams are competitive, but not necessarily playing yet at a championship level. And part of what makes this battle so intriguing is how close they are.
Brown kicks to Zhang. Butler dishes to Rose. That one no good.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
And he comes up with the deuce. Antetokounmpo's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Here's Brown. The rebound by Brogdon.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Henson the pass to Zeller. Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Brogdon's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bucks. Brown against Brogdon. From 7. And he can't bank that one in. Milwaukee's going to less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
You wouldn't call him a mid-range specialist, but if you give Bledsoe any room, he will pop it in your eye.
Rose kicks to Brown. Butler dishes to Brown. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 9 seconds left in the 3rd.
Come get it, come get it.
Both teams will make substitutions. So it's the Bucks now. They trail by 14. Middleton inside the 3-point line. Rebound by Jang. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the 76ers. Jones the pass to Brown. Kicks to Tolliver. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. D2 from Tolliver. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.